Welcome to this video. Today I'm going to teach you how to invest in private equity and which firms to pick. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Now my three favorite firms are KKR, Blackstone and Apollo. Now these each have a market cap of 122 billion, 193 billion and 85 billion, with Apollo being the smallest of the three. Now first we have KKR, and KKR's top positions are USI Insurance, 1-800 Contact and Heartland Dental. Now, what is USI? It is an insurance provider with risk management, employee benefits, and personal insurance solutions both for businesses and as well for individuals. Then we have 1-800 Contact. This is an online retailer for online contact lenses offering prescription, home delivery, and easy reordering, eye exams, and price matching for convenience, which is why they're leading. Lastly, we have Heartland Dental, which is a HR and administrative portal for dentists, which makes it much easier for them to focus on their patients instead of all the administrative things. Now, what makes KKI unique? It is their massive private credit, which grows over two digits every single year. Now, up next we have Blackstone. Now, Blackstone's top positions are Cheniere, Corebridge Financial, and First Energy. Now, what is Cheniere? Cheniere Energy is a leading U.S. energy company specializing in liquefied natural gases, LNG, production, export, and they own and operate terminals at ports supplying the global markets. Secondly, we have Corebridge Financials, which is a provider of retirement solutions, life insurance, and investment products. They help individuals and businesses plan for financial security. And then lastly, we have First Energy, which is an electric utility company servicing customers in the Midwest and the Mid-Atlantic regions of the US. They generate, transmit, and distribute electricity throughout the United States. Now, what makes Blackstone unique is their 12,600 real estate assets and also their portfolio, which manage over $1 trillion, the second largest in the world. Now, third, we have Apollo. Now, Apollo's top positions are Athene, ADT, and the Fresh Market. Now, Athene Holding is a financial service specializing in retirement savings and annuity products, and they provide solutions for individuals to secure long-term financial stability. Secondly, we have ADT Security, which is an electronic security company with fire protection also and monitoring services across the United States, both for businesses and for private people. Then lastly, we have the Fresh Market, which is a specialty grocery store like Whole Foods in high quality produce like meats, gourmet foods, cheeses, and stuff like that, which are all primarily organic. Now, what makes Apollo unique is their biggest position, Athene Holding, which is a pension giant. As you can see here, it grows 24 times over the last 10 years, which is humongous. Now, KKR's last 5-year performance is 299%, which is insane. Then we have Blackstone with the worst, which is 158% increase. And then lastly, we have Apollo with 229 increase over the last 5 years. Now for the technical analysis of these three. Alright, and now for the technical analysis of KKR. Now, as you can see here, recently it just made a death cross here on the 10th of February. Now that is a quite bad thing to happen, but I wouldn't pay that much attention to it because it was the dividend payout as well. So this has quite big impact, to say the least. Now, of course, as you can see, the downward trend is there. Of course, as you can see, it actually tanked quite a bit recently, almost $40 in these past, what is that, month. So of course that is quite, but this coincidence is just too extraordinary to not have a role to play that the dividend is the same date. So of course the downward momentum in the stock is there at the moment. But if we look at some technical analysis here and draw some lines, as you can see here, there is a support line here from the previous. So if it moves below 130, I would be a bit suspicious. And then the next level you have to watch out at would be this all the way down here before we even get some proper support in this past year. So then it would have to go all the way down to, what is this, 100? Yeah, 103. So I would be wary if it crossed this line here, and especially if it crossed this here. But then again, you can also look at the RSI down here. It is quite oversold at the moment. It is still bottoming out just right after peak. This is quite unusual patterns. As you can see over here, it's traded quite nicely for a while, but again, you can see that in the trend here as well. Now that is the technical analysis of KKR. Now let's look at Blackstone. Alright, now for Blackstone. Now as you can see, Blackstone actually also recently made death cross. This was back in December, as you can see here. But then again, that had actually been a quite a lot slower process, which is more stable. But then again, Blackstone is quite a lot bigger than KKR, so that might be a reason why. So yeah, the last time we had a cross, we're back in June, so there's actually quite a large gap without any signals at all. But then if we look at the graph overall, we can see actually quite often, if we have a death cross, we have a golden cross right after it, and there is often, as you can see here, a bit more time from the golden cross to the death cross. So, but you can see here, it almost made a golden cross right here, but then the 50-day moving average went a bit more downwards. And as you can see, that is also because of their dividends here. They paid out dividends. This is also why this stock dropped, of course. But if you look at their earnings, they surprised by 14.12%, so that is quite nice. But the RSI in this stock is quite good, to be honest. It stays in the middle quite a lot in the upper part here. This means that it has upward momentum, but it's never overhyped or overbought too much. Of course, it did have this one bottom out here. That is also where it made the death cross right after. So yeah, the technical on this is a bit better than KKR, if I'm honest. But yeah, still, I'd be worried to buy this unless it actually made a golden cross or this flattened out quite a bit, because if we need to get down to the next support level, we are talking quite a large drop. We would have to go all the way down to here to have a proper support level, would be down in the 120s. So I would be a bit worried unless it stables out around here, gets a stable pattern trending sideways around here. Now for the Apollo technical analysis. Keeping in trend with the two others, it also made death cross. Now I think this might just be a trend within this category at the moment, because maybe some of their investments have to be poured out at this time of year, which is why it made this. I can't say, but it is a quite interesting coincidence that this made death cross. Or maybe it's just that the political climate is a bit unfavorable to private equity firms at the moment, because they have a lot of debt, and with the way Donald Trump is using his politics, debt might increase at the moment. But if we look at this graph here, it's much better than even Blackstone and KKR. As we can see, the gap between this is much, much better. And also because, once again, their earnings amazing, even better than Blackstone's, surprising with 17.45%. And then again, the dividend here, which is also why the gap here increased. But comparing to Blackstone and KKR, this is much closer. And also, like Blackstone, actually, we need to go quite far down to have proper support lines for this. Support lines on this would lay around here, actually, right around here, 150, 113. As you can see here, these old tops and bottoms is where I would draw my support level. So yeah, again, we would have to go down quite far. We would have to go down, what is the stock at the moment? About 150. So yeah, again, it would have to go down quite a lot, but it is trending a bit more even up here, a bit sideways, and in the pre-market is actually a bit up from the actual price at the moment, which is of course a good signal. So yeah, and the RSI here is pretty good as well, just like Blackstone. We see a bit of peaks, a few valleys as well, but overall it moves a bit more in the upper bracket of the RSI, which is quite nice, which means that it has more upwards momentum than downwards momentum in the long term. That is my analysis of these three companies. Don't forget to like and subscribe.